What's going on, everybody? Pastor Dixon here, Chairman of the Charleston County Democrats. Wishing you all a wonderful Monday, hoping that this is going to be just an amazing week for each and every one of you. And I wanted to get on right quick to talk about our municipal elections that are upcoming. Early voting starts 2 weeks from today on October 20th. And the general election is on November the 4th. For early voting, polls will be open. 5 polling stations will be open in Charleston County from Monday, October 20th through Friday, October 25th. And then again from Monday, October 27th through October 31st, Friday, October 31st. And for those 10 days, early voting will be available again at 5 different locations that I'm getting ready to read. And early voting will be from 8:30 a.m. till 5 o'clock p.m. at those 5 locations. I guess I better talk about the places that are having the elections first, and then the polling locations, alrighty? So for our 2025 municipal elections here in Charleston County, here are the cities or the towns where there are elections going on right now this year. Start early voting starting on October 20th. We have Charleston, City of Charleston, Town of Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, Sullivans Island, McClellanville, Awendaw, James Island, Folly Beach, Kiawah Island, Seabrook Island, Ravenel, Hollywood, Rockville, Meggett, Lincolnville, and Summerville. 16 municipal elections within Charleston County. And for each one, though, no matter who you are, if you live in those districts, I would definitely make sure to check with scvotes.org, the website, scvotes.org, the website, to make sure, enter in your personal information and pull up your voter registration information to make sure that you fall in the areas that you're supposed to vote. And it'll also tell you who's on the ballot for you to vote for, okay? So, again, early voting for these locations starts on October 20th and goes through October 31st, Monday through Friday, each one of those weeks from 8:30 until 5 o'clock p.m. And the 5 locations are in downtown Charleston. We have the main library at 68 Calhoun Street. On James Island, we have the Baxter-Patrick Library on Grimball Road. In Mount Pleasant, we have Seacoast Church over on Long Point Road. North Charleston, voting can be done at the voter registration office, voter registration and election office on Leeds Avenue. And that's actually, anybody can vote at any one of these locations, okay? West Ashley, voting is at the Essex Village Church of Christ on Savage Road. Again, let me reiterate, voting can be done at any one of these areas. Early voting can be done at any one of these areas from October 20th, Monday, October 20th through Friday, October 31st. Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. until 5 o'clock p.m. And again, the cities and towns where there's going to be a municipal election this year, you got to research your own candidates now. I got my picks, but you got to research your own candidates. Make sure we don't get none of them crazies that in office at our city council level. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But elections, municipal elections in the city of Charleston, town of Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, Sullivans Island, McClellanville, Awendaw, James Island, Folly Beach, Kiawah Island, Seabrook Island, Ravenel, Hollywood, Rockville, Meggett, Lincolnville, and Summerville. All of those, the parts of Charleston County that those municipalities reside in, these are Charleston County municipal elections. So please, again, I would suggest that you check scvotes.org to make sure scvotes.gov, scvotes.org, either way, to make sure that if you live in one of these areas that you know it's time to go vote. And not only that, I encourage you to tell other people about voting now in this municipal election. Listen, we've settled for less in municipal elections and in midterm elections in the past that we have got to stop doing. We need big turnouts every time that there's a chance for the polls to open. Voting for people who stand for the same value system that we stand for, democratic values, because there are people who are trying to creep into our city councils all across our county who don't plan on representing all of the people. Let me just put it like that. Their plan is not to represent all of the people, but their plan is to represent a certain segment of the population. People who are not necessarily for all of the people in our county. We need people who are going to fairly represent our people in our county. And the only way we're going to get that done is that we all go to the polls who are eligible to vote right now. Go to the polls. Early voting starting on the 20th through the 31st. The actual general election on November 4th. Go to the polls and vote for people who stand for the democratic values that we represent. The values that take care of all of the people, not just some of them, okay? Tell somebody. Tell your family members. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell the people you go to church with. It's time to go vote. Don't sit this out, please. It's very crucial. There are people that are running in Charleston County who are not going to represent your best interests. The only way to beat that is to go vote, okay? So now, in order to hear about some of those people, there are some candidate forums I want to talk about too before I get off this thing. Beginning with tomorrow, which is Tuesday the 7th, there's actually a town hall over in Mount Pleasant, a candidate forum in Mount Pleasant. Tomorrow evening. It's co-sponsored by the League of Women Voters and East Cooper Arts Advocates. It's going to be at the Municipal Complex at 100 Ann Edwards. And that's from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Mount Pleasant, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Mount Pleasant, this is the Mount Pleasant Town Council Candidate Forum, okay? Tomorrow, Tuesday, 10/7, from 6 o'clock to 8 p.m. at the Municipal Complex in Mount Pleasant. On Thursday, there's the City of Charleston, there's a candidate forum with the City of Charleston City Council members candidate forum. And that's going to be at Circular Congregation Church at 150 Meeting Street from 5:30 until 8 o'clock p.m. Now, I know that seems like a long time, but they're going to have a mix and mingle time, I guess, from 5:30 to maybe 6 o'clock before the forum begins. So you can talk to the people and everything. It's going to be moderated by Raphael James from Live 5. And again, this is the Charleston City Council Candidate Forum. Thursday, October 9th from 5:30, mix and mingle. The forum starts at 6, from 6 until 8 o'clock. Go listen to your candidates, please. Figure out who's for you and who's not for you. And who make an informed decision on who you're going to support based on that. Let's say moving on. Next Monday, 1 week from today, on the 13th, there'll be a candidate forum for Isle of Palm City Council. For the Isle of Palm City Council. That's on Monday, the 13th, from 6 o'clock to 7:45 p.m. And it's going to be at the Isle of Palms Exchange Club, 201 Palm Boulevard on the Isle of Palms. All this information I'll also put in writing in this email blast, so you'll know also. Again, next Monday, Isle of Palms City Council Candidate Forum at the Isle of Palms Exchange Club, 201 Palm Boulevard. And that's from 6 o'clock until 7:45 p.m. That following Wednesday, the 15th, there'll be a Folly Beach City Council Candidate Forum at the Tides on Folly Beach, 1 Center Street on Folly Beach. Carolyn Murray from Calhoun News is going to be moderating that one. Again, a Folly Beach City Council Candidate Forum. Followed by that next day, that was Wednesday the 15th, the next day the 16th, from 6 until 7:30, There'll be a Folly Beach mayor candidate forum at the same location, the Tides of Folly Beach, 1 Center Street on Folly Beach. And Carolyn Murray, again, will be the moderator for that event also. Monday the 20th, the first day of early voting, there'll be a James Island City Council candidate forum at the James Island Town Hall, 1112 Deals Bluff Road. James Island City Council candidate forum, Monday, October 20th, first day of early voting, from 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock p.m. Go check your folks out. Ask the questions. Ask the hard questions of them. Don't just go into these elections uninformed, please. And also then on Tuesday the 28th, which is well into early voting, East Cooper is going to have another forum, and it's going to be sponsored by the East Cooper Democrats, and it's actually going to be the Mount Pleasant Mayor's candidate discussion. Mount Pleasant Mayoral Candidate Discussion. It's going to be at Goodwill AME Family Life Center at 2818 North Highway 17. Join the East Cooper Dems that night for an amazing evening of interaction with the candidates who in east of the Cooper, who in Mount Pleasant, who want your vote for mayor. Okay, so with that being said, again, it's time to vote, folks. It's time to vote. It's time to vote in this municipal election this year. If you are a registered voter in any of those 16 municipalities that I named, check scvotes.gov, scvotes.org to make sure that you're to see if you are supposed to be voting. And if you are supposed to be voting, please, beginning early voting on October 20th through October 31st, go vote, please. Please, and vote for the people who will represent your best interests. There are Moms for Liberty people. There are MAGA people who are trying to interject themselves into this election process and ultimately move their agenda forward, an agenda that is not of the people, by the people, and for the people. So know your candidates. Know who it is that wants to represent you, and then do what we need to do in order to make sure we get the right people that share our democratic values in office on November 4th in the general election. Okay? Again, let's see if I can pull up the locations. Charleston, Mount Pleasant, Isle of Palms, Sullivans Island, McClellanville, Awendaw, James Island, Folly Beach, Kiawah, Seabrook, Ravenel, Hollywood, Rockville, Meggett, Lincolnville, and Summerville. 16 municipalities, my friends, Democrats, it's time to vote. This is the pastor, chairman of the Charleston County Dems, encouraging you, each and every one of you all, to be encouraged. Be encouraged. Don't let what's going on around you faze you or prevent you from moving forward and getting out to vote. We can change the horrible conditions that we're in, but it's on us to do so. And how do we do that? We don't do it by acting crazy or anything like that. We do it through the ballot. Of course, we're going to get in the streets and register our displeasure with what's going on in a peaceful, nonviolent manner. But also, that main way to do this is to get to the polls and vote. And now is the time in this municipal 2025 election season right now to get to the polls and vote. Again, this is the pastor. I love you guys. Take care. We'll talk soon.